Hey guys, it's Briggs here, and welcome to All Day Anime.
Very few anime get me to love them to the point where I actually watch them a second time. Might as well just watch something new, right? Well, not always. Once in a while, an anime comes along that completely takes me away and makes me want to watch them time and time again. And in order to somewhat help you choose anime to watch and rewatch, today I bring you my top 10 lists for anime that I believe are definitely worth a rewatch. Of course, this means I'm going to try and include anime that had a large hype, that I think majority of anime fans have already seen. And if you haven't seen any of these, you should probably get on that. Also, this list is in no particular order, and it's completely subjective since it's my opinion. But my opinion is perfection, because I am infallible. Anyway, without further ado, number 10, Fullmetal Alchemist or Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, was probably the series that truly got me into anime. It may not have first introduced me like the big three, but FMA or FMA Brotherhood were the anime to kind of clinch my anime passion and start me on my journey, thus always having the nostalgia effect. To date, this anime has stayed at the top of my list, rewatching it every year or so. I highly doubt any true anime fan hasn't watched FMA. If you haven't, I recommend starting with FMA, and then after Edward gets into the military, swapping over to Brotherhood, or just watch them both. Definitely worth the watch, but if you have already watched it, you can just start with Brotherhood since you already know the story, or again, just rewatch them both. Next up, we have Death Note. Death Note took the anime community by storm in 2006, with its amazing premise of the Death Note and the extreme intellectual mind battle between L and Light. Unfortunately, this anime was burdened with a shit second half. LOL, emphasis on the L. Oh, and Misa. This completely impacted my opinion on the anime while leaving a really bad taste in my mouth. But if you go back and rewatch the first 25 again, you will realize why you fell in love with Death Note to begin with. But I wouldn't watch beyond that point for a second time. Great Teacher Onizuka takes number 8. If for some reason you overlooked this anime, go watch it right now. The art style is a little meh, but it's always amazing to see what badass way he comes up with to teach a moral lesson to his troublesome class. To the point that this easily earned a spot on my list. Next up, we of course have Steins Gate. It unfortunately started off slow, but by the end had me completely in love with it. The characters are truly lovable, which only allowed the amazing story to become more amazing. I highly recommend giving it a second watch. During my second watch, I appreciated the slow start more, making the second experience better, even though I knew the ending. In the number 6 slot, we have Parasite, a fairly new anime with a pretty intense concept, as well as an intense intro. Jeez. It wasn't overly amazing in any category, but as a whole was quite top, making me go in for that second watch because of enjoyment. In the number 5 slot, we have the big three, Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach, that I previously mentioned. Now, I'm not recommending you go watch all three. The big three is what usually first gets anime fans addicted. Every fan usually has a favorite, creating massive debate. I'm an OP guy, and going back to watch some One Piece from time to time gives me a thrilling blast from the past. I recommend picking up a favorite arc and having a nice little marathon sesh. Next up, we have Fate Zero, a top-notch anime that I promise will never leave the top of my list. Ufotable created a beautiful looking action series that was quite mature with sick fight scenes. Unfortunately, being the prequel to Fate Stay Night, Fate Zero had to set up its ending to correspond with Fate Stay, and in my opinion would have been better as a standalone show. However, they make up for this with the characters. Ryder brings an overwhelming amount of charisma to every scene he is in, and Gilgamesh brings the badass. Add that to the story and beautifully animated action scenes, we got a guaranteed second watch. Next up, my favorite fighting comedy starring weaknies Kenichi in an anime I highly recommend due to extreme enjoyment and the fact I've rewatched this anime more than any other show ever. I bring to you Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple, and if you haven't seen it, go watch it right now. I'm sure not everyone will like it as much as I did, it just has everything I wanted from the genre. But seriously watch it because remember, my opinion is that of a god. In the number 2 spot, we have Attack on Titan. Although I don't plan on rewatching it until the second season airs, I'll probably watch it right before it starts airing to bring back that hype. This is something I often do. So in slot 9, I will also fit in No Game No Life, Tokyo Ghoul, and any other anime I'm dying for another season. But until that time, I don't plan on rewatching them. And finally, in the last slot, we have Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple again. Cause I can do that, dude. All seriousness, just pick your favorite anime and give it another go. Always refuels my passion and gets me looking for new series. And just so I don't get ripped on in the comments, I'll also put Evangelion in this spot as well. That concludes my top 10 anime I highly recommend a rewatch for. Let me know what you guys would like for another top 10 in the comments below. I'm trying to think of an original one. And like always, feel free to subscribe for more all day anime. Click here. Yeah.